So we're getting ready to go live in just a moment. This is behind the scenes of Today with Pastor Jay, and my guest is Commissioner David Sullivan. Let me make sure I got his name written down because I don't want to forget. Even though I know him, he's one of my favorite people.
Right.
This is going to be a good show because he's hilariously funny, and I just adore him. And also, another one of my other favorite people is Dr. Rose White.
Right.
Oh, let me make sure my phones are down because my phone will start ringing and that won't be good.
Oh yeah, mine too.
Oh yeah, let me do this.
Yep. Are you ready? Maybe, possibly. I guess I could do the radio intro. And then I'll come in from the second break with that. Okay.
Uh-oh.
Okay, hold on. She's doing something.
Something I need to turn on.
Okay.
Okay.
You ready? Okay.
Yes.
All right. Here we go.
You are now tuned in to Today with Pastor Jay on WNZF News Radio, where we discuss inspiring and informative news. And now here's your host, Pastor Jerlyn Denny.
Good morning, and happy Sunday morning to all of my listeners out there. I can't thank you enough for just following me on social media and always listening to my show. You never know who I'm going to have, what my guests are going to say. And so you've been able to witness over the years some of my high points, and whether you know it or not, some of my low points. There have been some shows I've been a little embarrassed by, going, not sure if I should have aired that, real convicted. But this isn't going to be one of those shows because I have some of my favorite people with me today. I have Dr. Rose White from Rose White Ministries. Good morning, and thank you for joining me today.
Good morning. Thank you for having me.
Also, I have one of my favorite people over here, Commissioner David Sullivan, or should I say David C. Sullivan?
Yeah, whichever one works for you is fine, Pastor. It's Sunday morning, and so I'll try to be calm and collected.
You are always calm and collected. I don't think I've ever seen you upset. Have you been upset?
Of course.
I mean, I've seen you,
No, I'm mellow.
outraged.
I'm kind of mellow now.
Is it the age thing, or you just know better, or you have figured out how to get rid of your enemy with just that staring glare that you have?
Well, part of it is having to be a politician in my life now, and as a politician, you have to work consensus, which sometimes I wonder about some other people in the county haven't figured that out yet.
They haven't figured that out yet. Do we want to talk about them this morning? Get it out. What's on your mind? Let's talk about the temperature in Flagler. What is going on, and what's the commission doing?
The commission's doing fine. We just very peacefully put through the tax situation for the coming 21-22 year. We actually knocked off 1/4 point of the trim.
I saw
notice.
that.
It's not enough. I wish it were more, but at least we didn't raise that. And of course, taxes go up when the property values go up. But we were happy to get through all that. And that's one of the big things you do as an elected commissioner. We do the budget, and it's important to know what's in there. So I think we're doing a lot of good things for the community. We just came out with a nice little brochure thing, and sometimes people wonder, what do all those commissioners do at the county? And I'll just real quick, just a few of what we do: building, community services, engineering, economic development, emergency management, general services, financial services, fire rescue, land management, library, growth management, tourism, parks and recreation, public works, social services, transportation, and veteran services. And of course, you have your 5 constitutional officers who work on the county side, including police and sheriff's department, clerk, tax collector, supervisor of elections, tax assessor. So there's lots we do.
That's a lot.
It is a lot, and it's hard for people to understand how that works. But I can go into any of those. But I just a quick idea, and then the services we provide. So I think we do a lot, and I think that we want to serve the citizens. That's what our job is when we get elected, to serve all the citizens, not just some segment.
I've noticed lately that there's been an uptick in how you are distributing and dispensing this information. You've got a little app and things that you've got going on.
Right.
I'm starting to see flyers and brochures around the county in different places, and getting some of y'all getting up there in age. Not talking about you, Commissioner, or anything.
No, better not.
But I've noticed that you're doing some stuff and you're reaching all people, all groups, and that's
Right.
important.
I
To
think
get the
that's-
information out there, because a lot of times people will come and have a complaint, but if they would just read the information, they'd understand what's going on.
Yeah, just quickly, and I know this is politics 101, but it'd be nice if we were a full democracy. And there's only 50 people who we were supporting. You could probably just about discuss every issue that comes up. But there's 120,000 people in the county right now, over 90,000 voters. We're a republic, so we represent. When you get elected, you represent the people, and you represent all the people. Now, you do bring a philosophy with you when you come, and you explain that to people before they vote as to your economic, how you feel about economics, and,
Right,
and a
because
bunch
you're
of things.
fiscally conservative. Right.
And so I think it's important to note that that's what we're here for. We're here for all the people. 95, maybe 98% of what we do is apolitical. It's how do you spend the money on this, you spend it on that, you buy a new fire engine, so on and so forth.
Right.
And we do all the social services at the county level, including a lot of things. I won't go into all of them right now, but the cities don't really get any money to do that. We do that from the county, and we support all the cities with that. But I'll leave it at that.
That's quite impressive. You do an excellent job, and I'm not just saying that because you're one of my favorite people, but I've watched you in action. Would you say your experience as a politician and being a long-term politician and being involved in politics that have given you an upper edge when you versus the newcomers that kind of come in and think they're going to whip the world?
Right. You have to have, hopefully anybody who gets elected to public office has something in their background that helps them do the job now. In my case, you got full education, master's degree, 28 years in the Navy, retired Navy captain.
You've got a lot of experience.
Worked in private industry for 12 years as a director of a large corporation, and then volunteer work, Navy League, and all that. So you bring something to the table. That's what our forefathers basically wanted us to do. You want people to come in. You want farmers. You want military people. You want industry people. Political people, everyone, and you want to have a meld of people come forward.
I
and
agree.
Hopefully that'll give you the best decisions in the long run.
Absolutely, because everyone's going to have a different perspective. They're going to fight for something different. Of course, I'm always going to be fighting for the underdog. And people, let's talk about social services. That's really what we're here today. I have Dr. White on the phone, and she and I are partnering. We're collecting shoes. So this is an all call for shoes. So Dr. White, tell us about what you're doing collecting shoes.
Right now, we are currently collecting shoes as a fundraiser, and we're excited about this. And what we're doing, we're collecting gently worn, used, and new shoes to raise money for the purpose of being able, it's twofold, to help families during the Thanksgiving holidays, because right now people are going through tough times. But then additionally, to have the shoes that will be able to be distributed to developing nations, even helping micro entrepreneurs so that they can help themselves out of poverty.
Well, this is great. So those of you who are listening and you got some gently worn shoes, just hit me up. You can drop them off at Church on the Rock. Make sure they're paired. I don't want a left shoe or a right shoe. I want both left and right shoes, because I am collecting shoes that I'm going to be giving to Dr. White, so she can go ahead on and take care of this. Plus, these shoes are going to benefit. You're not just collecting them for money. You're giving these shoes away to those that are in need, correct?
That's correct. That's correct.
So that's definitely important, because people need to understand there are those that don't have shoes. Now, when I look in my closet, I have Oh, I'm not going to tell you. I got a lot of shoes.
I'll bet you do.
Thanks, Dave. I do. And, I but I wear my shoes. So you see a lot of people, they buy shoes, they collect shoes, and just because they like shoes. I try to make a point of wearing a different pair of shoes every day. I have more than what I need. So I'm going through my closet, getting rid of some of my shoes to help someone out as well. Dave, I know you maybe have a pair of shoes. You look like the type of guy that have just maybe 5 pair of shoes.
That's about it.
I
Golf
know it.
shoes.
Yep. That's good.
Well,
because you're not a woman.
I wear them out, but I wear them out.
I know you wear them out. You're not a woman, so like us, we've got to have different pair of shoes for every outfit, kind of.
It's all true.
That's good, but that's all right. That's pretty good. Maybe you have a halfway gently worn pair.
No, we'll try. We'll
probably
try.
be better.
I'll probably have
It'd
some
probably
in
be
there.
better for you just go pick up a pair of shoes and donate them.
Yes. You don't want my old shoes. They're beyond use at that point.
Another thing that we're doing, and I'm glad that Dave is here, because Dave is a huge supporter of Geraldine Ministries and what I do in the community. Right. In fact, I should probably give him an award. I'm doing a ton of things in the community, and we're going to talk about that. I do need to take a break. I don't want to get into it. Talk about what Geraldine Ministries is doing in the community and what I've done for a number of years here. So don't go anywhere. Don't touch that dial. You're listening to Today with Pastor Jay. So I'll probably do that like towards the end of the show. I'll give you like, hey, what else we have going on?
I can go do the social stuff.
That will be excellent. And then we can talk about the what is it? What's that church on the rock now? The
meals.
It's just
something
escaping
meals.
me.
Something meals. Not
I can't
senior
think.
meals.
The senior meals. Okay.
Senior meals.
Yeah.
I can run through just without going into them. Just
okay.
a
Yeah.
few things. But I think we ought to mention that mental thing because that's
absolutely. That's awesome.
Mental health.
All right, so we're gonna come back in with I am. You got it at the spot already? Yep. Let me hear. I look. No, you got it. You do a great job. That's why I invited you.
Yeah.
That's why I wanted you here, because I know you're going to be funny and you're going to keep the show moving along. Okay. All right. You ready? Welcome back to Today with Pastor Jay, and I am absolutely a living, breathing, walking, talking, moving miracle. I'm just grateful because God just have helped me, saved me. He has restored me. My list just goes on and on and on. And if you don't know that there is a Jesus Christ, if you don't know that there's a God, my life is that. It is definitely a reflection of his grace and his mercy. Oh my goodness. I'm grateful that I am not going to be punished for all the things that I have done. And I'm grateful for the grace and the love that he shows me. And one of the things that I do to just show how grateful I am to God is my life is just in service to him. People ask me all the time, Pastor Jay, you're everywhere. What is it that you do? And my response is always the same. I'm a community servant. People call me Pastor Jay. Yes, I am a pastor, but it's easier than Geraldine because people could mess up my name. Dr. White, it get hacked up quite a bit, So Pastor Jay has kind of been my thing. But my life is in service to others. Everything I do is as unto the Lord. It doesn't matter if it's politics. If I'm in a civic group, whatever it is, I want to show the love of God and I want people to go, why is it that she does what she does? And I want them to go, oh yeah, it's because of Jesus that's in her. So when I say I'm a walking, talking, moving, breathing miracle, it is true. I've been homeless. I've been homeless in my life, and one of the things that I do to give back to the community for homeless is I participate in National Hunger and Homelessness. I've been hungry too, Awareness Week, which is observed this year on Saturday, November the 13th. Saturday, November the 13th, and it's been observed for 9 days, starting the second Saturday in November since 1975. So there's an organization out there that I participate with that always hold. This is the National Homelessness Awareness Organization, but it's held each year the week before Thanksgiving. So there's a number of things that I do during this time. One is I give Thanksgiving meals out, the turkey and all the trimmings and dressings. And I've done that before I moved to Flagler County.
Yep.
Yeah, I was
Seen
doing
you do it.
Yeah, I've done this even before I moved here. I've done this for years, even before I was in ministry, just being able to get back. I remember not having enough food to eat as an adult, raising kids. I have a large family. I have 7 children. My children don't even know that there were times that we didn't have food, didn't have meat to put in the spaghetti. We had, instead of saying we had meatless spaghetti, I used to tell my children, we have pasta with marinara sauce. So I would buy different shaped pasta, where they could get to understand what it is and just have marinara sauce. Now you go to a restaurant to get pasta with marinara sauce. It's pricey. It really is. So, I just did those things with my kids. So they never knew we had a lack. I absolutely can take a meatloaf and then take the leftover meatloaf and have square meatballs for the spaghetti,
Sure.
just kind of recycle it, or take the leftover meatloaf and crunch it up or mush it up and make chili out of it. You just do the things that you need to do. So I'm very passionate about giving food, especially at Thanksgiving. I'm getting a little emotional about it. My children have always had a great Thanksgiving. We've always had a nice spread, and I'm grateful because you just can't beat God-given. And the more I give, absolutely, the more I receive. God has just blessed me so much. But every year I'm in a panic that I'm never going to have enough. So I have a list this year, Dr. White, of almost 200 families that I'm providing meals for. And I don't even have the budget for it. And every year I do this, and every year I'm believing God that I'm going to have the money. So I want you guys to partner with me. If you want to sponsor a family, hit me up. You can call me 855-GERALDINE. That's 532-7596. Or you can go to my website, geraldine.org, GEARLYN.org. You have never, ever, ever heard me on the radio ask anybody to sponsor or help me in this way. Not this passion plea. But with COVID and with people not having food, there's nothing worse than being on Thanksgiving. I remember, and I've got so many stories here in Flagler County, where I had a lady call me. She used to provide food for like the firemen and stuff and everything, Dave. And her I believe we had a hurricane. Hurricane came, so she lost all her food in her freezer. So then she replaced all the food. Then she had a power outage and lost all the food again. So she couldn't afford to replace the food. So she was calling me for a meal. So, I mean, I've seen people who have given, and you see it too here in Flagler County and going over and over. I mean, I've seen people who didn't have lights to cook the turkey here in Flagler County. And this was before COVID. And people are thinking, oh, well, they shouldn't spend money on this and that. This has nothing. I don't like to see children hungry. I just don't.
Of course not.
I really don't like it. Children should not be suffered for what their parents do. And most parents are working 2 and 3 jobs. I mean, it's expensive. I mean, Commissioner, let's talk about it's expensive to live here in Flagler County. There's no.
That's absolutely true, and it's getting more expensive each day with inflation working its way up dramatically. And you're absolutely right. I think the needs of people will go up, not down.
Right.
And it's just unfortunate, but the dollar just doesn't the same as it used to be, and we're losing value constantly.
I went to the gas pump yesterday, put gas in the car, and I was getting just regular gas, and it was $3.07 a gallon. I'm going, I don't know if I can afford to get home. I mean, gas is high.
Yeah, and guess who are the people that need to use cars to get back and forth to work because they have to live in a less expensive area?
That's correct.
It's poorer people are making longer commutes every day. So any increase in tax, gas prices just is a killer.
Right. So this year I'm giving away the turkey and all the trimmings. So anybody want to donate turkeys? Hey, we need turkeys. But I'm also going to partnering, and I'll do with Feed Flagler organization, and they cut some of the costs for me, but I still have to participate and pay money. So we're going to be giving away $25 Winn-Dixie gift cards this year. So I've got to pay my portion of that, which doubled from what it was last year. So organizations around are struggling, but we're still doing the work. God is still good. We are still doing the work. We're absolutely his hands and his feet. And I just know I'm going to meet my quota. Another thing that I do every year is I go homeless for a day. I know.
I remember doing that with you.
Yeah. So you're going to do it again with me this year? He's like, I don't know about that. So every year I go homeless, Dr. White. I'm encouraging you to do the same. Everybody can do something no matter where you are. I take a day and I go homeless, and I depend on people to come by and bring me food. I've actually, and let me tell you, I go so homeless. I look homeless. People think I'm homeless, and the homeless come out and be going homeless with me. They come out the woodworks here in Flagler County. But it's a walkathon pretty much. I call it a boxathon. I get sponsored $1 an hour that I am out there in my box and in my tent. Thankfully, I've never had to live in a box, but I've lived in my car. I have lived in my car in winter months where there was snow on the ground. So I always try to think about people that don't have enough. And here in Flagler County and many places around the world, there are so many children that are homeless. There are so many people right now living in cars that are in our schools, and you just want your children to have enough. So I always choose a family that's homeless. I'm always looking for a family that's homeless. Of course, I work with women that have been battered. I'm also a survivor of sexual assault. So I always try to find someone that have children. And what I do with the money is I pay their deposits and things so they can get into a home. Most of the time they're staying in hotels paying that daily rate. So we got to do something about this. I mean, it's not just a Flagler County problem. This is a problem throughout.
Right. And it's the non-government community who give their time and effort do a lot on this. There's only so much the government's going to be able to do, and it's really important.
Well,
that the regular human beings get together and help.
I agree. Because I don't say it's not. I mean, the government can do something in terms of helping with housing and things, but when you talk about it, government is not the government's job to take care of its people. It's people's job to take care of people. It's the church job to take care of people. Right. We're supposed to, help and love our neighbor. You agree, Dr. White?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. So, but I've got to take a break. Don't go anywhere, guys. Don't touch that dial. You're listening to Today with Pastor Jay. So I got to get it together. Dr. White, this is the first, every year I struggle feeding these families. This is the worst financial year for me personally and my ministry. But the numbers have gone up.
Right.
People see me, it's like, oh, she's traveling, she this and that. I mean, that's nothing but the favor of God, because people have been, just blessing me with trips and have been paying my way. So I really haven't gone anywhere. But when I look at the ministry, people aren't giving because they don't have it.
That's right.
And my numbers have gone up this year with the amount of people that were serving and the amount of people that were helping. And I'm just sitting here today. I don't even know if I'm going to make it.
You'll make it.
Oh, you'll make it. You'll make it.
So it's emotional when I think about it, because I get these phone calls with people just crying about, especially you got to think about Thanksgiving break.
Yeah.
People have their children home all the time during that time. So it's more food that they need. So a turkey for them takes care of them for the week. But we're going to talk about some happy thoughts, because I know we've got the county. They are doing some things. So we're going to go back in. How much time I have? I got to thank my sponsors.
Oh.
3 minutes. So I'm going to thank my sponsors, and then we're going to talk about what the county is doing.
Yeah, I'll give a couple of.
Yep. All
Take
right.
me about a minute.
No problem. We good.
Okay.
I want to give a thank you and a shout out to thefloridamortgagecenter.com, 500bankruptcy.com, and tradecoaches.org. Thank you for sponsoring Today with Pastor Jay. So, I did my little rant, my little I did my little cry during the break. So now I'm back together. But, Commissioner Flagler County does a lot of stuff, with social services. Tell me about this mental health thing going on.
Right. Well, there's been a lot of talk over the years, and mental health continues with COVID and everything else, a bigger and bigger problem. Suicides are high, bad in this county relative to our population. So the county this year has decided we've closed the Bunnell Library here in Bunnell and moved the library over here onto the 100 in a strip mall. And we're building, reconstructing a mental health center. Will be easy for people to get in and out. One of the toughest parts of medicine is trying to deal with mental health.
That is true.
So we're actually putting some money against it. We've got a grant request into the government, but we're going forward with this in conjunction with many of the help groups in this area. We're just going to provide the facility, and I think the people will be happy to use it. We have volunteer medical people, and we'll make sure the place is up to snuff. Just quickly, you have, speaking of meals, we have our senior meals now at Church of the Rock.
Oh, that is amazing.
We do that. I'm chairman of the Disadvantaged Travel. We have 30 buses that take people who have a hard time getting to the hospital, getting to the store. It's a good service, and we have that going all the time.
Which is so needed in this community.
Right, and it really is. And
I'm sure it hasn't slowed down at all.
No, and well, during COVID it did to a degree, but it's back up to speed, and we want to make sure people who are at a disadvantage know about it and make use of it. We do Meals on Wheels, adult daycare, and a myriad of other thing and protection of women. There's a whole bunch of things we do in that area, and I don't want to, but I want to make sure people know there are lots of things the county's doing. We're not perfect, but we're getting the job done.
Well, we appreciate it. People should take care of people, and I appreciate everything that Flagler County is doing and partnering with other organizations and churches and throughout the community. Thank you so much, Dr. White. We're going to get those shoes. Don't forget, guys, hit me up. We got to get those gently worn shoes over the next couple of weeks. We need them before the end of the month. So if you have any, make sure you reach out to me, drop them off, Church on the Rock, say, hey, I want to give these to Pastor Jay. That's where my ministry and office is. All right, guys, don't forget, you can go to my website, Geraldine.org, Jearlyn.org, or you can call me 855-Geraldine. It rings to my cell phone. That's 855-532-7596. If you want to partner or help me in anything I'm doing in the community that's upcoming, you know what I say. You got to do it, got to do it. All right, guys, that's it. Yesterday is gone. Tomorrow's not promised. What are you going to do today? Today, you are going to be the hands and feet of God. You are going to be his ambassador in this earth. God bless you. Thank you guys for being with me. Thank you, Commissioner Sullivan. Thank you, Dr. White. God bless you.
Thank you.
All right, bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Thank you so very much. And I will chat with you later.
Okay. Thank you. Have a good day.